time for Titrat racing.
Welcome back to another episode of Titrat Racing. In this episode we're hoping to get the old Leo wanker going again. There's no reason why he won't go, but I'm always pessimistic when it comes to these things. All in the aid actually is to go down and get another win in the old creekbed racing. Yeah, great fun. Oh yeah, as well, if you guys aren't quite sure what I'm talking about, kukerin, creekbed racing, look at our back episodes, because we got two episodes, I think it was 2018 and 19, of us being down there and racing, so it's always good to see, man. This event really rocks. It's a great event, family event, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to keep going, and hopefully we get a note out of the old girl. If we do, we'll be heading straight up to Metzbach where we can throw her on the hoist and seal out the rest of it and take it for a good shit kick around his paddock. He's got like a semi-motocross thing there, which isn't bad fun with the tabletop. So hang in there, guys, and welcome back for another episode. Alright guys, like I stated in the last bit, yes, the motor's actually in, all except the air pipe comes across the front, runs around, hooks in the throttle body. So that there, I'm waiting to dry. We've cleaned it out. We've made a modification this year to the power steering pump. This is actually off a diesel Triton, and the reason I went that way is because it had the bigger pulley up here, because we've removed all the pulleys it was on, and the smaller pulley was going too fast, we believe, so it was going to start causing some cavitations in the pump and the lines. So better off. So we got it's pretty much another inch bigger, this pulley, so we're living in hope that that doesn't cavitate. So I'm going to hook up the rest of the air intake. We got Beezy, he's on his way over. He's at the dentist at the moment. Seriously, the young fella's more interested in looking pretty than anything else these days, but he's a Tinder survivor, so that's what he's got to do. Alright, about a couple of sherbs down the local. Time to come back, put the intake tube on, blowing out the nitrous and fuel nozzle, just to make sure the jet's not blocked. Clean them all out, time to bolt them up, see if she's going to fire up. I'm also putting on a fuel line at the back, which you don't really need to see. Everyone's seen fuel lines before. So we'll continue on. We're about to fire up, people. Alrighty, so just hooked up the fuel pump again. Put some fresh 98 in her. Also just had a beer, so yeah, that's all good.
Bit foamy.
Yeah, a bit foamy. Old Beedsy here, he's putting in the yellow top that we borrowed out of the daily. Stick that banger in. We've got plenty of current draw, so that's one less thing we've got to worry about. Very, very scary now, guys. We're getting very, very close. Sorry about the close-up footage. Bees put on the old intake, as you can see, self-explanatory now. We need to hook those nitrous and fuel lines on so the solenoids block off the vacuum leak that'll come through there. Failing that, we've got this little piece here hooked on. It's been like 12 months since we last ran her, or 11 months or something, so I'm just going to turn the fuel pump on, pump what's left in the rail through, and hence the reason we also change fuel in the tank. It's a bit of stale fuel, so we'll try and get all of that out, give us our best chance of getting it fired. So bear with us another couple of secs. I think we'll have fire in the hole.
Nice band. The one closest to you, isn't it? Yeah, that one. Yep. Yeah, that's heaps full stubby.
So rightio, now we'll try for just see if we can pressurise the fuel rail without any fuel leaks. Now we know what button we've got to hit.
That's squirting straight in. I don't know whether you guys can hear that, but that's filling cylinders up with fuel. We've got a slight leak up here too, bud.
That's the fuel return line. Alright, is it returning? Yeah, it's returning. That's not too bad. Might have just been the air. Can you still hear that noise at the moment?
Yeah. That honestly just sounds like it's filling up with fuel.
Alright, let's see. So basically now Callum reckons he heard some fuel pissing into the combustion chambers, which if he's right we should technically have a hydraulic lockup, which at this stage we don't. So thankfully, yet again, Callum's wrong.
Yeah, better safe than sorry though.
Well, that's right. Alright, get it past that one. Give us a half decent start off the starter.
Alright, well.
And now I think
Time to hit the keg. Button. It's a button. Calm, big girl.
we'll work out which one's ignition too. Is the red one ignition or nitrous? I can never remember.
I thought we went, that's a your ignition and fuel pump.
We'll find out anyway.
Yeah, don't hit that button.
That is nitrous.
Alright. The bottle's off anyway, so you're fine. That's your ignition and stuff, so everything comes up. Yep. And it should just be start. Come on. Oil pressure up to the head. Trying to get oil still up to the head. Oh, let's fix this fucking fuel leak. You sure you put oil in it? Hold on, let's do this fuel leak. So it's as rattly as a diesel at the moment, but apparently the lift will take a little bit to bed in, so. We're getting rattled from both sides.
Alright guys, so you just seen us get the big girl going. Pretty keen moment for us all. Callum, tell them how you celebrated.
I sort of went for a celebratory drink, right? I've got this stubby that's nearly full. And I got this stubby that's nearly the same full. Turns out that's petrol.
That's the one that we drained all the stale fuel out of the fuel line.
I got a good sip of it too, that was good. Wash it down with this one.
It's fair to say he's running on 98, guys. Alrighty, so we've tried bleeding the liquids down a bit. I got that worried. I've got my main man, Mr. Metspark, Greg Huggins, onto it. He's telling me we're all good. It takes a while for these sons of guns to actually bleed down. So I'll give you a bit of a hit once she's sounding good, guys. So it's time to meet the Metspark foreman. No, manager.
Yeah, workshop manager.
He climbed through the ranks, old Blue Dog. Buffy, leave him alone, you fucktard. Alright, so yesterday we left you off with this motor absolutely rattling like a tin of, I guess you'd say, Mitsubishi parts. We'll give her another run. I have already started it today, so it's not like this is the first time I've heard it, so I'm not going to be surprised. But there we go. So compared to the rattling ship we heard yesterday, and the help of this fella here, we bled her out and we got it sounding great. So, kukerin, here we come. Hey.
Jeez. That's not Vaseline. Should probably do say fucking guilt.
Modifying the power steering pump. We got the Professor Dougie behind us. He's come up with some wicked ideas, so we're going to go ahead with it, see if we can't blow something up. On top of that, Mr. Huggins has, in his wisdom, joined teams with Milwaukee and has made us a lovely windscreen wiper box. So later on I'll show you how that one works, but we're smashing 18 volts through instead of 12 and it works like a gem. Feel stiffer, does it, Doug?
It does.
Just to go.
It does. What goes next?
I don't know. That's it. Let's go to the pub.
Alright, you know where everything goes from there on. Don't worry about the mud underneath there, mate.
He's a hard man, I tell you guys. Alright, here we are with a bit of Huggy and Reddle's ingenuity. We had a stuffed old rattle gun at home, so they, well, Reddle's, not Reddle's, Huggy chopped it down, and that's what we use for our windscreen wipers, actual 18 volts. And because people from the into the harnesses on can't reach, you just give it a quick rip and off she goes. So you'll get to see that later on when we're racing. Well done, Hugs. As you've seen earlier on as well, Dougie was over here, and what he ended up doing, I don't know if we explained, but actually just stuck a spring, well, he did it, underneath the pressure release valve in here, and that enabled us to get a lot more pressure, and in doing so, now I can actually turn the steering wheel, which is always a handy thing. Thanks for watching. Special thanks out to obviously MedSpark, Greg Huggins, legendary man. He puts in so many hours that he doesn't get paid for. He's just doing it for the love of this team and for the sport. So great shout out to him. Obviously the Jones boys, as per usual, they're always out there giving us a hand. So there wasn't much action in this episode, but we can't make every episode with heaps and heaps of action, unfortunately. We did have some footage of us ripping around at Huggins' joint in the mighty Leo Wanker. But like I said, my computer skills are nothing short of very, very average, and I couldn't seem to get the format suited from one to the other to put it on the camera for you. But I guarantee you, next week at Kukerin, the next episode is going to be smashed full of action, guys. So make sure you like and subscribe. I think we're up to like 86 subscribers. We desperately are hunting for that 100 before Christmas time. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, guys. Don't worry about hitting a like. I couldn't give a shit about that. We're after the subscribers. So alright guys, yet again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the back lap. Alright, in typical Titrat racing fashion, everything was going too well. Yes, yet again, we're already a week before the event, and Leo's had a big shit apparently. So what we found, we pulled it all apart. I don't know if I can find it for you at the moment. Here we go, it should be down here somewhere. Is crank angle sensor, and as you can see, it's missing bits of plastic and it's broken at the back. We've had Odo have a look at it. He said that's where he'd start, but hopefully it's it. He's not 100% sure. So just thought I'd give you this little update because we're about to start it and actually see if it does start. So I'll hand you over to Huggy and we'll go in. Rightio. Still running like shit. Pretty much the same. Alright, as you heard, doesn't look like we'll be heading to Kukerin. Didn't really fix the problem. It probably is running a little bit better, but still, as you heard from the backfires, it's running like a bag of shit. So it's not much point in taking it down there, putting it in the creek, only to waste people's time pulling it out. Anyway, we'll go down and drink piss instead. Hopefully we find something else out. Otherwise, other than that, thanks for watching Titrat Racing. Please like and subscribe. And until the next one, at least I'll get some video footage of Kukerin for you guys. Catches.